Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video we're going to be making a 5-in-1 ruffles turban, and the material we're going to be using for this tutorial is called raw silk. There are three parts to this design. The first one is the base, and the measurement for the base is 28 inches by 25. As you can see, this is on fold in the video. That is 14 inches on fold gives us 28 by 5. The other part of it is the foamy part, right, and the measurement is 27 by 6 inches width. 27 by 6 inches width. This 27 inches part is a stretchy part. As you can see, it is a stretchy part, right? And the third part to this design is the ruffles part, of the turban. And the measurement for this ruffles is between 72 by 12 inches. I think I eventually used 75 inches long, right, by 12 inches. The 75 inches part is the stretchy part, right? So it is, you can either use 72 or 75. I eventually used 75. That's 75 inches long on the stretchy part of your fabric by 12 inches. And then we also have the foam, 1-inch foam. You can get this at any carpentry workshop. 1-inch foam. Tell them you need 1-inch foam. So the measurement for this foam is, the measurement for the foam is 27 inches long by 2 inches. 27 inches long, as you can see, by 2 inches. So we are going to set this aside and then pick the material for our base. Now, to make our pleated base, you're going to fold it in twice, as you can see me doing in this video. Fold it in twice first, and then take it to your sewing machine to sew down before you start making your pleats. You fold it in, put it down, then before you now start making your pleats. So I'll just take this to the sewing machine right now to show you how it is done, for the sake of those who are beginners. So as you can see me doing, I folded it in once, twice, and then I sewed that part. I believe just when you watch the video closely, you understand better what I'm trying to explain. That is why I had to show this part, for the sake of beginners, so you can understand very well. So you sew it down, sew this part down first before you then start making your pleats, right? So now we make our first pleat, and you ensure it covers the thread line of the first sewing that you made. Just watch the video closely and you understand. So you do that, you sew it down, and then do the same thing for the other pleats. I made 4 pleats for this design, 4 pleats. So you do the same thing for the other 4. By so doing, we would have a total of 4 pleats. You can decide to have more pleats, maybe 5 or thereabouts, but I decided to work with just 4 pleats here. So this is me still working on this, on the second plate. So you sew it down, do the same thing for the third one, and then the fourth one. At the end of the day, you have 4 pleats. Now this is what it looks like after sewing. I hope you understand. This is what it looks like after sewing. Now this is our base. This is our base. So we are just going to set this aside while we work on the other parts of the design. Okay, before we work on the other parts of the design, we are going to be giving this base a curve, right? As you can see me doing in the video, you give it a curve just right at the bottom part, you know, just to like shape it, just to give it a little bit of shape, right? This is optional. You can decide to leave it the way it is, but sometimes I just prefer to do it this way to give it a little bit of shape. So you cut it out. After cutting out, we then set aside while we work on the other parts of our design, of our turban rather. Now this is the foam part that is measured, the fabric cover for the foam that is measured 27 inches by 6 inches width. So you are going to take this to your sewing machine and then you sew straight down. You sew it straight down on the wrong side of your material. So after sewing, this is what it looks like. We're going to turn it out right now. So after turning it out, you ensure the sewing line is at the center. You then insert your foam into it. You insert your foam into it. So this is what it looks like after inserting our foam, as you can see right in the video. So we are just going to set this aside while we work on the third part of the design, which is the ruffles part. Now this is the ruffles. Remember, this is measured 75 inches by 12 inches width. So that at that 12 inches part, that 12 inches edge, as you can see in the video, you're going to sew it. You take it to your sewing machine and then you sew it down. Take it down. Yes, so this is what I've taken it to my sewing machine now. I decided to show this part just for the sake of beginners, so you can understand very, very well. So you take it to your sewing machine, you sew those edges, you sew them down, the first one, and you do the same thing for the other parts as well. So after sewing both edges, you then fold the material into two, with right side facing right side, and then you sew straight down, just like the way we sewed our fabric foam cover. So this is it after sewing down. After sewing, so we are going to be turning this out now to the right side. We're turning it out. So this is what it looks like after turning out. Ensure it is properly turned out, and the sewing part of it is placed centered at the middle, like the thread line, I mean, as you can see in the video. You ensure it is at the middle. So now you insert your foam into the ruffles. You insert your foam into the ruffles, as you can see me doing in the video. So after inserting your foam into the ruffles, this is what it looks like. Guys, if you're still watching this video and you're getting value from it, kindly do well to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified when next I post new videos. Also like and share, and also comment, for more of the videos you would like to see on this channel. Thank you. All right, so this is what it looks like after inserting our foam. Now you can see this part, you can see how wide it is. You can see how wide it is. We are not going to leave it that way, because if we leave it that way, our ruffles will just be dangling up and down. So what we are going to do, you're going to turn it out, as you can see me doing in the video. You turn it out. We are going to be giving that side a little bit of shape so it can be firm. Just follow through, you understand what I mean. So you measure 2 inches, as you can see in the video. Measure 2 inches, take to your sewing machine, and then sew straight down and sew slantly. So slantly, you can see the way I'm doing my hand. Measure 2 inches and then take to your sewing machine to sew slantly, so as to give that place a little bit of shape. Can you see the difference now? Can you see how firm it looks now after sewing? This is what it looks like. Because if we had left it that way, it would just be dangling up and down. It won't give it any fitting. So this looks firm now. I hope you understand what I'm doing. Mere looking at the video, I believe you should understand better. So it looks firmer now, right? So we are going to be picking our base. We're going to be attaching this to our base. But before we attach it to our base, we have to take the measurement of our edge circumference. Fold your base into two and then measure the edge circumference you want to be using. Now remember, we used 28 inches as the edge circumference. Reason being that I wanted to have a backdrop, but the measurement I'm working with for the edge circumference, the edge circumference measurement I'm working with is 23 inches, but I used 28 because I want the turban to have a backdrop. So 23 inches divided by 2 gives us 11.5, so which is what I have marked here. So as you can see me do in the video, I've marked out my 11.5 on fold, which will give me 23. Now on the marked part is where we are going to be sewing. You'll see the way I'll be sewing it now. I believe we should understand this part. So you can just trim off the excess over there while you take to your sewing machine and sew down. Remember I said I used 28 because I want the turban to have a little bit of backdrop. So I'll take this to my sewing machine now and sew. Or rather, no, sorry guys, I won't be sewing yet. I'll be attaching our design to it. That's the ruffles and the foam that we inserted together. As you can see me doing in the video, just watch closely. So you're pushing the foam to ensure you do not sew on the foam. So then you place your design on the second plate. As you can see that I place it on the second plate. You then pin it down. Do the same thing for the other side. Place it on the second plate. Push in your foam to make sure you're not sewing on it, and then place your design on the second plate. Place it on the second plate and sew down, and pin down rather. Pin down. Place it on the second plate as you can see right in the video, and then pin down while you take to your sewing machine to sew down. If you're a beginner, just take it like this to your sewing machine and then sew the design down first before joining the turban. I hope you understand what I mean. So just sew it down first to secure it so that it doesn't move. So then you now fold your turban together. Now we are doing the final stitch. This is the final stitch. Remember we used edge circumference of 23, that is 11.3 11 and a half on fold. So we are going to be sewing on it straight down as you can see me doing in the video, and our turban is almost ready. Guys, do well once again to subscribe if you are gaining value. Also like, share and comment to encourage me to do more, to bring more of these tutorials your way. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. All right. So we are almost done with our 5-in-1 ruffles turban. So this is what it looks like after sewing. You then turn it out. Can you see? This is what it looks like. So there is still one more